Vlogmas. I have been wanting to film a Christmas get ready with me, and today is the day for the Christmas office party. It's obviously not the office party for my business, but for the family business. Once a year we do a Christmas office party. Because my family owns the company, it's a family owned business, it just makes sense for me to be there every year. So it's kind of tradition. I've never filmed a get ready with me, and I feel like it's kind of a time to chat with people, but I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I can talk to you about the makeup that I do, but I don't know how interesting that's going to be. I'm wearing Christmas pajamas, but I was kind of cold. I put on a robe over top. My hair is already done. I slept with my heatless curler last night. My hair always looks great when I use it. Use my code, I'll put it on the screen. If you want your hair to look good without any effort. Of course, I have to kind of put it a little bit right, but we're not going to have to spend 40 minutes doing our hair, which is great because we have to be there in 45 minutes. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I might put my outfit on already just so I can match my makeup to it, but I think I'm just going to do my foundation first because I don't want to get like foundation on the dress. So yeah, let's do foundation, put the dress on, and I can start matching my makeup to my outfit. I'm actually getting pretty warm. I don't know what I'm going to do with my hair yet, but for now I'll just put it out of my face. And let's just start with some foundation. My face gets red pretty easily, so I'm going to use a little bit of a more heavy duty foundation. Okay, that's the face base. So I think this is a good time to put on a dress so I can start matching my makeup to the outfit, because some makeup just goes better with some outfits and stuff, and I like just getting inspired by what I'm wearing, and obviously I'm not gonna go in my pajamas. Okay, so this is the dress that I'm wearing. It's very suitable for Christmas, I think, and it's easier to start navigating my hair and outfit and stuff. Whenever I do my makeup, it really is for me a way to just kind of relax and zone out. So I've actually tried to film one of these before, but I ended up not talking like at all. And what I'm also wondering is, how are you supposed to listen to music? Because I had some music on and I was trying out recording and I was like, I cannot listen to music. What I have seen people do is put in like one earbud, but I like how the music feels like the whole room. But then this is really quiet too, so maybe I should try just putting on this one so that you can't see that I'm listening to music, just to make it a little bit more festive. Also, we need to be there in 30 minutes. Okay, I have one earbud in. You can still see it quite well. But I am really preferring listening to some music, even though it's just in one ear. I want to talk to you a little bit about Vlogmas. So, as you can probably tell, I am a growing channel. So I've only started filming and posting vlogs this year, and I've been really enjoying it. Like, I love watching people's vlogs. I love productive vlogs. I love lifestyle vlogs. I mostly like watching people who create more introverted content. So what I mean by that is not necessarily that the person needs to be an introvert, but more that, like, sometimes I watch content from people and they're just like partying with their friends a lot, and half the vlog is just them like drinking with their friends and making no sense at all. And I feel like for some people that might be really enjoyable because you feel like you're with their friends and stuff. But for me, it's like I prefer content from people who are just, you know, going to the gym, journaling, meditating, working, cleaning, just all this sort of productive things that you do by yourself. That's what I really like. I just really enjoy watching people doing self-improvement stuff and just reading, and I don't know, like shopping at like local stores. I like travel vlogs too, but then they need to be also just really relaxed and not over the top excitement the whole time. So as you can probably tell, I make the kind of vlogs that I personally enjoy watching. And when I started my business a few years ago, I just set the intention to just have endless ideas and just let the creative ideas come. For example, one idea that I've had for a really long time is to design and produce my own journal, which if you've been watching me, you know that that's what I've been doing this year, amongst other things, obviously. And another thing that I've always thought is maybe one day I'll start a vlog channel, because I love watching vlogs so much. I was just like, maybe, you know? And then just one day in, I think March or April this year, I was just like, I'm gonna start filming today. And I just used my phone. I still only use my phone to film anything, by the way. So if you're like, can I do this? What kind of camera do I need? I would seriously say just use your phone. Also because maybe when you start and you don't like it, it's kind of wasteful if you've invested so much money already in a camera, unless you feel like a camera is what you need. But for me personally, I feel like my phone camera is fine. Like my Paris travel vlog is one of my most watched vlogs, part 1. Part 2 is my second most watched vlog, and I actually had comments on there that it was such nice quality and the colors were so vivid and stuff, and I just used my phone to film it. Okay, I'm rambling, but I don't know, I was just one day, I was looking, I don't know, like I'm really into manifesting. So in the beginning, I talked mostly about manifesting. I'm also really into productive vlogs. So that's just the two things that I emphasized a little bit. And I'm also really into nature and nature walks. I do live in a city. Obviously, I'm European, so it's not like an American city, which I kind of think are huge. Like European cities, I feel like are very different than American cities. And I feel like a lot of content that we see on YouTube is from Americans. They're Europeans too, but less. And I just feel like I'm such a city person because I was born in a city. I've always lived in a city. But then at the same time, I also feel so connected to nature. And I think that nature is just so important for us as humans, for our health and well-being. And nature really brings something that the city just doesn't bring. So I just kind of made vlogs about things that I find helpful in my life, but I felt like making vlogs is kind of a way to show and not tell, because like there are a lot of advice videos I feel like on YouTube. What I find sometimes with those advice videos, okay, 1 second, I'm going to do my lips. Okay, my lips are done, but what I wanted to say is that I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, but back in the day, people didn't always really do vlogs that much, or I didn't really know that many people who did vlogs. So it was mostly just like a learning platform, like people would teach you stuff about anything. So I would watch Cornelia Grimsmo. She's a Norwegian YouTuber and she made videos about veganism and manifestation. And what I found so interesting about her is that, like, back then this was completely new. I think that she was not a dietitian or a scientist, or she didn't have any claims to back up why veganism is good for you or why manifesting works, but just because of her own conviction, she would make so many videos about that because she felt like it helped her so much that she wanted to help other people do the same, essentially. I was vegan back in the day too, so I really related to her for being vegan, and I just found her manifestation videos to be so inspiring because she was so convinced that it worked. I was reading The Law of Attraction by Esther Abraham Jerry Hicks about the law of attraction, but those books are like a very good beginner's point but quite vague, honestly. So I really like relating to someone online who was into the same things as me but who was also similar to me because she was the same age as me and she's also European and she was just like a regular girl talking about something that she really believed in, and I just thought that that was really cool. So I really related to her content back in the day, and I watched her a lot. She doesn't really upload that much anymore. I feel like she's really searching as of now, and that's totally fine. I feel like there are seasons in life, and sometimes for a while something suits you, and then after a while it doesn't anymore, and I think that's totally okay. So I think because I watched her for such a long time, and then I also watched Renee Emberg, and I loved her manifestation vlogs back in the day, but I feel like she also is searching like what it is that she believes in and wants to convey in her videos. So I think I was just very inspired by them because I found their vlogs very inspiring and just also really chill and relaxed to watch. But of course I also just do my own thing. I would never try to be like someone else or try to be anything. So what I find is that people talk about being real online, like making an effort to be real. And if you've been in the online space for a long time, like I get it, because back in the day people maybe try to convey an image of themselves that wasn't always truthful. But I also think that being real is not something that you have to try to do. You don't have to try to be real or try to be yourself, because you are yourself. And of course we censor, like, all content is curated, because otherwise it wouldn't make sense probably, and it maybe also wouldn't be enjoyable to watch. But I just find it so interesting that we're trying to be something that we already are. So by trying to be that, you're automatically not that, because you're trying to be something. It just kind of reminds me of this quote from Eckhart Tolle. I used to listen to him a lot back in the day. Back then I was really concerned with being a good person. It was on my mind like a lot, I think maybe too much. And you know, ethics are really important to me. They still are, and of course I still care about being a good person, and of course I reflect on whether I did the right thing in certain situations. But what he said is just that we are all trying to be a good person so much, but we are already good on the inside. We're already good as we are, so we don't have to try to be that, because that's who we are. So by trying to be something, you're kind of blocking who you are naturally, and who you are naturally is already a good person. So it's not about trying to be something. I think it's more about being aware, and just being aware of yourself, being aware of your surroundings, being aware of what's going on. And I remember that so distinctly, and I find it interesting that it's coming back now, not necessarily about being a good person, but about being a real person. Because of course I know why we have those conversations. We don't like it when someone isn't themselves or trying to be something else. I have to be there in 15 minutes, by the way, so let's get going. So I get why we have the conversations. It's like you don't have to try to be something that you already are. However, I do think that being yourself is a practice, because so often we want to please others, or we want to protect ourselves by conveying a certain image, or holding back certain things about ourselves, or emphasizing other things about ourselves to keep ourselves safe, essentially. But then at the same time, just practicing with being yourself, which means just like being honest about what you want, about what you need, about what you care about, but also about things that you don't know much about but you want to explore more. It's like genuinely exploring your genuine interests instead of what you think is cool. And I think being yourself also has a lot to do with boundaries, and feeling where you need to set a boundary, and where someone might cross your boundary, and then are you going to speak up or not? Because I think every time you don't speak up when someone crosses your boundary, when you're laughing when you actually don't think it's funny, or when you feel like you need to make the other person comfortable even though they are making you uncomfortable, those are examples of not being yourself. And there's nothing wrong with that, because the only reason you do it is, one, because it's habit, and two, because you're trying to just protect yourself and fit in with the crowd, which is, I think, just natural. Everyone wants to fit in to a certain extent, and everyone wants to feel safe. But I feel like it does give you that, but then at the same time it also hurts you, because it just feels like you're going against who you really are by saying that something is okay when you know in your heart that you don't think it's okay. Okay, so I feel like I thought this was going to be like a really fun, like get ready with your girlfriends kind of video, but I feel like it's getting quite serious. But to be honest, this is the kind of conversations that I have with my girlfriends when we get ready. With my friends, I'm always like analyzing things and, you know, giving each other advice and essentially coaching each other on stuff. And I know for some people that's like they're like the opposite of what they would want when they're having fun with their friends, but it's exactly in line with being authentic, because for me it's authentic to, yes, I want to have fun, but I also just want to talk about what's on my mind, and I want to kind of, I just want to speak my truth all the time. So if I have something on my mind and I am with people that I trust, I want to discuss that stuff, and it doesn't have to be so negative, because it is always solution oriented. And you know, I'm of course really lucky because my friends are very similar to me in this regard. I mean, all my friends are different, of course, but you know, I relate to them in at least one way. Okay, so we're almost done. I feel like I need to do some eyebrow stuff, and then I'm going to put on jewelry, and then we're about done. So I talked for 20 minutes and I feel like this went completely different than what I expected it to go. So I don't know if I'm going to post this. I feel like at least I tried it out, because it's always when you do something for the first time, it's not natural to you yet. You have to kind of find your way. Like I said the last time, I didn't even talk to the camera at all. So I feel like we've made an improvement. I had the same when I started vlogging at the beginning, because you just start doing and you have no idea where it's going when you pick up your camera or phone for the first time. But then once you've filmed and edited a certain type of video a couple of times, then you kind of know what it's supposed to be when you're done. And now I feel like this is just kind of my like train of thought. Like it's not really going anywhere. So I have to edit it. I'll see what I think and if I want to post it. And if I do, then let me know what you think of this kind of video. If you think it's interesting, yeah, just let me know if you like this, if you like my thoughts, and maybe I'll do another one someday. Okay, so the jewelry is on. This is my dress that I showed you already. This is the makeup. Jewelry. Maybe I should put it like this a little. Can you see my outfit a little better? I guess a little. And I'm going to wear brown leather knee-high boots with it, but oh, they're here actually. I'll put them on now. Normally I would wear heels, but I still have an injury to my foot, and because of that I cannot wear heels, so I'm going to wear these boots a lot. Whenever I film my outfit in this mirror, I always am surprised by how dirty it is. For some reason I can't see it in real life, but then when I film I'm like, I need to clean. So I'm sorry. This is the outfit. I have to be there in 3 minutes. It's pretty close by. I'm going to take my bike, so I probably won't even be that late, honestly. I feel like I can almost show you the finished look at once. I'm sorry for the mess in the back. It's Christmas season, you know, very busy. So yeah.
Iedereen moet worden ze de wissel gaan.